This Road Dirt presentation is brought to you by Law Tigers, motorcycle lawyers. Find them at lawtigers.com. On this episode of Road Dirt, we have some fun with the 2025 Honda Dax 125. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Rob with Road Dirt, and this is the 2025 Honda Dax 125. It's one of the newest additions in their MiniMOTO lineup, which is pretty extensive. They've got the Grom, so if I can get all these right, the Monkey, they've got a Tiger Cub, a Trail 125, the little bitty Navi, and now for 2025 they've got this one in the lineup, the Dax 125. I learned that Dax is actually a Japanese slang for Datsun, and there's a little symbol of a wiener dog, a little cartoon wiener dog right there on the side of the T-bone frame. I wonder how many of you remember growing up in the 60s and 70s, and you had one of these little I think they had the Trail 50 was one of the first ones introduced, a Trail 70, Trail 90, I think a Trail 110 over the years. And these continued on into the 80s. And with the rise of small bore popularity all across the United States and in other parts of the world, it's only natural that Honda would lead the way and bring back one of their legendary greats, one of their original MiniMOTOs. It was originally called the Trail 125. They have another bike now in the lineup that's called that. But to bring back and bring to the United States the moniker Dax. So we've got this for the next couple of months, got that little single cylinder bulletproof little engine in it. It'll do all of about 55, maybe 60 miles an hour if you're pointed downhill and have a tailwind. But we're gonna have some fun with this for the next couple of months. And as we test it out, see how it handles out on the open road and how much fun it is. Already looks like a lot of fun to me. So stay tuned. Let's crank it up. One of the first things I noticed when I rode it first recently is that most motorcycles, of course, have a clutch. This one does not. It's just straight up and down shifting. But you still have to either goose it or roll off the throttle when you're shifting. But while most bikes have a 1 down 4 up, 1 down 5 up, this one doesn't have you can go all the way down, but there's not a gear. There's not a first and then a neutral and then the other gears. All the way down is neutral, and now you're in first. It's just 4 up. So, and off we go. You do have to roll off. It's not a quick shifter or slipper clutch or anything. It is a 125. Back down into first. Let's take a little spin down the road here. what the heck are chickens doing all the way out here? All right, I kept the throttle pinned the whole time down that road. So shifting up and down through the gears, there's no gear indicator which gear you're in. You just kind of feel it, but it's 4 up, and the last one's kind of tall, or the first one rather is kind of tall. But man, I mean, it's fun. It's peppy for a little 125. As far as being out on roads where there's a lot of cars and trucks, I don't know how safe I'd feel on that. They might get a little impatient behind you. But let's take a right here and give it a try. Riding on a road, you pretty much have to ride with the throttle pinned once you get up into top gear. A little bit of a hilly section here, and up and down. We'll see. I think it'll be a good little scoot downhill. Going up, it seems like it struggles, but you know, hey, it's a single cylinder 125, right? Let's go. Keeping it pinned. We hit 61 downhill. Uphill with it pinned, we're at 43.
I got to admit, it's a fun little bike for a MiniMOTO. It looks cool too, man. It just has that 1970s vibe to it. I love the little Datsun with wheels on there, the little hot dog with wheels. How cool is that? And of course, different than the old Trail 70 I rode as a little kid, there is no right side pipe burn. Brakes are good. I keep wanting to reach for a clutch, and I keep wanting to, you probably can tell, I keep wanting to shift into another gear, into a fifth gear that's not there. Takes some getting used to. It's difficult to be smooth on the shifter without a clutch. I think I'm in top gear. Yep. Pinned it, come on. We'll take some curves with it. We caught a car. What are the chances of that? Nice looking bed. I'll tell you, for just putting around the countryside, it's a lot of fun. And really, I can kind of see this bike's usefulness, you know, like in a little college town, or you know, in a densely packed city where there's not a lot of room for cars and parking. I can see it coming in handy. Maybe down at the beach, like our friend Mike Boyd did with his monkey a couple of years ago at Daytona. Something like that would be fun. So it's got its place. Apparently, people are buying these like crazy. The small bore craze is a real thing, man. Cool.
So there you have it, the 2025 Honda Dax 125. We've been riding this around for about a month or so now. The ride footage was a compilation of over the last 30 days, just afternoons and weekend rides and things like that I got to do with the bike. And I must admit, I very much enjoyed it. First of all, because it was such a throwback to those little trails that a lot of us rode as kids. I rode a Trail 70 that was a cousin of mine, and first got the taste for this. And getting to ride it again with that, you know, that T-bone kind of frame and everything, and the gas underneath the seat is just such a throwback, nostalgic feel for to the years I rode as a child with my cousin over at their place, one of these, and how much fun it was. And getting to ride one again in its newest iteration here in the United States is such a fun bike. I think there's some, I guess I wouldn't call them positives or negatives, I would call them pluses and maybe a few caveats with the bike. I think the positives are that it's affordability. First of all, you know, in purchasing, they run $41.99, basically $4,200 plus, you know, dealer fees and things like that. You can get on one for basically under $4,500. And then I think operating costs, it's a gallon tank, super affordable to run around on, and maintenance, tires, things like that won't be very high on them. Insurance, I think, is going to be fairly low as well in most states. So pretty affordable. As far as approachability, man, it's a decent rider triangle. You know, for somebody my size, I'm 5'8", about 155 pounds. Just a real comfortable rider triangle, and super easy to ride. I mean, no clutch, and it took me a little bit to get used to the shifting on it, because it's not a slipper clutch or a quick shifter. It's kind of clunky, but then once you learn, you know, just tapping up through the gears and everything, it's super easy to do. All the way down is neutral, and then you got 4 up. So super easy to ride. And the brakes work good, front and rear. It's actually ABS in the front as well. And fuel injection, and no tweaking carburetors or anything like that anymore. And super fun to ride. I think really the only caveat to it is the fact that you're only getting a 125 single. We hit 61 miles an hour a couple of times with it, downhill and with a tailwind. But so out on larger, you know, state roads that are more heavily trafficked, obviously interstates, things like that, I would not ride one of these on it. Now, of course, the aftermarket on these, another one of the affirmatives is that this MiniMOTO category is becoming so popular. All the brands just about are putting out small, you know, under 200 displacement bikes and everything now. Honda's kind of leading the way. I think they have like 6 in the category, from their the Monkey and the Trail 125 and this all the way down to the little bitty Navi. But the aftermarket, as far as hopping up engines and aftermarket, you know, exhaust systems and stretching out the rear swing arm and stuff like that, jacking them up in the front. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do to these, as evidenced by some of the small bore rallies that our friend Mike Boyd has been to. And the customs are just insane, what they can do with these bikes. So might be able to make it more state highway and interstate worthy. So lots of fun to ride. If you want to know more about this particular model and the others that are in Honda's, what they call their MiniMOTO lineup, you can check them out on their website, and they've got all the descriptions, specs, and details on all of them. We'll put a link down in the description also to get to this particular model, but you can check them out on their Honda Power Sports website, and we'll put a link right here as well. And also, if you have any other questions for us, ask me. Drop some comments, drop some questions in the comment section below. While you're there, go ahead and like, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get notifications about future content we'll put out the rest of this year. And I hope you'll check out the rest of the Road Dirt TV YouTube channel. Check us out also on our main media site, roaddirt.tv. That's our main what we call our e-magazine, our motorcycle publication out there, where all the writers and photographers all contribute stories, reviews, photo galleries, things like that. And it's kind of becoming its own community as well, the roaddirt.tv community. Go check us out over there and subscribe as well. We're also on social media. We're on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, a Facebook group, Road Dirt TV, @Road Dirt TV. You can find us on Instagram, their thing called Threads, and also on X, we're out there as well. All of those are at Road Dirt TV. Just run it together and you'll find us. So been a fun month. Looking forward to you know, a few more miles on it before we have to turn it back in. But check them out for yourself as well. Thanks for checking this out. And this is Rob with Road Dirt. Till next time, ride life.